There's nothing better than a little cactus time when your friends up north are freezing their butts off.
But for me, it's just catching a few rays today and thinking about all that snow that I'm not shoveling. What? No!
Well, if you're racing down the interstate looking for the perfect piece of paradise in the Southwest, then let me suggest a few little spots in my favorite snowbird state, Arizona. Within driving range of Phoenix and Tucson are 5 little spots that don't cost a cent to camp on. Although very basic with little in the way of facilities, they all meet the needs of those boondockers who are self-contained and don't need hookups. Let's start with my first destination in the east, Bowie. Taking exit 362 off I-10, you will pass this abandoned gas station. Head into town and go Apache Pass south. A little past the pistachio groves, you'll find Happy Camp Canyon. It's a sandy dirt road that a mile in takes you over a cattle guard and into the Indian Bread Rocks recreational area. The name has something to do with the boulders on the top of cliffs resembling native bread. After the picnic area, there are a few spots to pull over and camp. I chose a little spot by a tree. This is a very picturesque area with plenty of native plants, most of them of the thorny variety. And the geology is also rather unique, with the effect of wind and temperature over time in full display in the mountains and rocks. With a little daring and some really good hiking boots, you can find the hidden treasures up on those rugged hills. Things like Gila monsters and balanced rocks. But my personal favorite are the hidden springs. There's nothing nicer on a hot day than to dip your toes in a cold spring. Camping in this area also provides great access for day trips. To the north, under the shadow of Mount Graham, are the Hot Well Dunes. The dunes actually have several campsites, but there is a small fee to camp there. Some sites are sheltered from the wind, while others are more traditional desert campsites. But the key attraction are the 2 hot wells. These are naturally fed thermal springs encased in modern enclosures. It only costs $3 to relax in the tubs.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh! Oh, that's hot. Oh! Whoa! Oh, yeah. Oh. Not usually my thing, but oh, that's nice. Nobody else here. I think my Canadian glow-in-the-dark tan sort of scared everybody away, but oh, yeah.
But if hot tubs aren't your thing, then a few minutes south are the remains of the historic Fort Bowie. History, geology, and recreation, all in the same area. But this was only one stop in my Arizona adventures, so it was time to pack up and move on. My second stop is right on the outskirts of Tucson. It's the San Joaquin Road BLM area. It's about 5 miles west of Tucson city limits on Highway 86. Just turn north on San Joaquin Road and you're already there. As campsites go, this one is more utilitarian than attractive. It's just an old gravel pit carved out of a hill. No trails, water or toilets. It's just a lot of space to park your trailer. And there's where I camped. Its main attraction is simple. You can visit Tucson without paying big city accommodation. When it gets really, really hot, like today it's in the 80s, I keep one side down in the trailer so it keeps cool inside, but I still don't want to heat in there, so I'm going to be cooking outside. Because tonight I'm going to have some pizza pockets, you know, the frozen ones you buy a 2-pack at Walmart, and I'm going to wrap them in tin foil, and then I'm going to fire them up on my little portable Coleman. But I've got this neat little stand here. It folds right up. Let's see if I can do it properly. Folds flat like that. Really neat. I have not found out where exactly you buy these yet because somebody actually left it at a campsite. But the legs come down like that, and I can put it right over my little Coleman, and it's sort of like a grill or a toaster, I guess. So anyway, I'm going to wrap these up in tin foil. Now these are supposed to be microwavable, but I'm not going to be microwaving them because I don't have a microwave. And the concept is just wrap them in tin foil. Fire up the grill. Enough already of my terrible hobo cuisine tips. A real solution is at the end of the video. Now let's move on to location number 3. On Highway 60, just about 5 miles east of the little town of Superior, is Oak Flat Campground. Oak Flat is an official campground in the Tonto National Forest and comes with picnic areas, a camp toilet, and fire pits. The road is groomed and access easy, plus the many shaded trees provide great protection from the sun. The downside is it's a little too accessible and tends to be crowded and a little noisy at times. It is a great place for bird watching, especially if you are a St. Louis fan. But for me it was only a stopover and I was ready to fly the coop. Before I continue, however, I have to deliver some really bad news. One of my favorite spots in the Phoenix area, which I'd listed in my Boondocking Phoenix video, is no longer available. That's Buckeye Hills. Buckeye was the perfect location for boondockers who needed to be close to Phoenix. However, with little warning, the sign changed from this to this. In talking to the park and recreation officers, it was clear that too many RVers had taken advantage of the spot and ruined it for others. The main issue? Big trailers took over spots that were meant only for picnickers. So on February 15th, 2018, park officers gave notice to those who remained, even those that didn't camp in the picnic areas, like me. Losing great camping spots to overuse is something all campers dread. And I particularly like this spot for its unique qualities, like the fragrance of the creosote bushes, especially after it had just rained, and even the passing jets from Goldwater Air Force Base. As this was the beginning of the camping apocalypse, I thought only one parody would be fitting.
I love the smell of creosote in the morning. It's that smell. Reminds me of the desert.
Rising from the ashes like a phoenix, another campground in the area has hope. Near Tonopah, Arizona, is Saddle Mountain. To access this land from I-10, take exit 94 from Tonopah and head south. Go west on Salome Highway and left on Courthouse Road. As you get nearer to Saddle Mountain, you'll find trails to the left. From a hill you can see I-10 in the background and dispersed camping in the foreground. Unfortunately, I didn't do a good job of documenting this because I was editing at the time. But rest assured, there are some great spots. There are no facilities, but it's perfect for those that are self-sufficient. Did you notice my camera trick? I truly hope this flower in the desert stays pristine for others to enjoy and not destroy. My final stop, I think, has a little something for everyone, including nature, trails, and a little bit of small-town culture. This is the Scenic Loop near Ajo. Ajo is a thriving little community with impressive architecture, amazing artwork, and a gorgeous downtown plaza. It's both a creative and cultural hub for the region. Yet from space it looks like something from another world. The big green eye is the remains of an old copper mine. But around its perimeter is one of the nicest scenic trails in the area, and you can camp on it. Although there were lots of dirt roads to explore and camp on, I decided to leave those to others and camped beside the mine, as it was conveniently located right near the highway. This bird didn't seem too happy with my arrival and tried to attack my Jeep. And how did this cross get inside a cactus? I'll never know.
If you've seen any of my past videos, you might have caught the one on road music where I brought a gramophone with my travels, and I still have it.
Well, I've successfully made phonograph needles from several types of cactus, but never one from an ocotillo bush.
And I've never tried the needles from it, and I think this one can spare one or two. So I'm just going to snap one off, and I'll give it a try tonight. Who knows? We might make beautiful music together.
As the day progressed, I did a little exploring around my campsite.
Well, this is bizarre. I'm in a wash near Ajo. And a wash is like a dry riverbed where it gets really rainy and everything washes away. But in the middle of this one, there's an old picnic table and a sink. It's like somebody took it literally. It's a wash as a place to wash your hands. I'm not washing my hands in there. Looks like somebody's been washing away their sorrows. Well, I think the guy with the bottle just had a case of the blues. Probably his girlfriend left him or something. So I brought out my gramophone. We'll play him a little song, make him feel better. Old cowboy song.
Time to change the tempo before I lose all my viewers. Back in Ajo, I still had pizza on my mind, but wasn't very successful at making it. So I scouted around town for a good alternative, and that's where I came across this sign. I wasn't sure what fry bread was, so with the arrows pointing, I took off in pursuit.
So what's a fry bread? It's this. That looks so good. That's so amazingly good. Pan-fried bread, refried beans, tomatoes, lettuce. Oh. Beats the hell out of pizza.
Great food, hot sun, and a nice spot under a cactus. All the ingredients to paradise. But reality had to set in again.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please save a spot for me. Always go where the road takes you.
Well, I sure hope you liked this video and give it a thumbs up. And please tag along with me on my other adventures as well. Adios.